Last night I couldn't sleep. I got up and started walking.
Hi, it's Nienke here, and I wanted to share with you an honest story, maybe a little bit of a vulnerable story, and a true story. Many of you know, as you follow me in the CX Greets and you follow me online, maybe Instagram, you see me with my big plans, and some think that everything is successful. And I'm going to be honest, it's not. As an entrepreneur, there are things that might not be successful. And I'm going to take you to a moment on the 17th of February. I already shared it something in writing in my last CX Greets, but I also know that not everybody reads that. So I thought I need to share that story with you in an honest way. And it has all to do with my leadership retreat on Bali. So everybody knows, a lot of people know I had this dream of hosting a CX leadership retreat. And 2 years ago, when I found out that the Global Speaker Summit of 2024 was going to be on Bali, and I was selected to host a session there, which is a big honor, and I'm still really excited to go there and to be able to service and help my peers. I thought, why not combine it, as I learned from a speaker colleague, leverage proximity. And I thought that would be a great moment where I could make this dream of creating a leadership retreat, making it come true. So I went out and I asked a friend to help me select hotels. We put a lot of work on it. I even when I spoke in Kuala Lumpur last year, I went to Bali to the location. I had all the conversations. I even contacted Ian Golding and I started the marketing and sales. And I got to speak with so many of you. I even got bookings. And then it was the 17th of February. All my marketing, all my promotion was in flow. And I was out walking on the Via Francigena. And while I was walking there, it's Saturday the 17th in the morning, and I was looking out on a lake, and then I'm like, I'm so happy to be walking out here. I was just like thrilled to be in my body and to be out there in nature, and I really, really loved that moment. And suddenly a thought hit me, like, what was the last time I actually walked here? And I went back in my head and I thought, well, I didn't walk for over a year, which I found pretty painful because everybody I love to walk and I love to be out on the pilgrim's path. It's important for me. It's become part of me. And I thought, why didn't I go out walk more? And it's very interesting when you do a little soul searching that I found out that actually as of the September before, so this is February, right? That from September on, I have sold every day that I had to give. So I served so many clients. I helped a lot of CX teams, which I find great to do. I'm going to be honest. I love, love, love my job. I love speaking. I love educating. I love being a volunteer with the CXPA. But what if everything is a little bit too much? So I found out that actually I went into the CX working hamster wheel and I didn't really get out of it. And it also didn't make me a nicer person, gonna be honest. I was a little bit short and itchy with my team at home. I kind of started being not the person I really wanted. So that moment on the 17th in Italy, I found out that I just worked too much and I put too much workload on my back. And it's actually the thing I did myself. And I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and she said, we call this the self-knitted stress. Yeah, we do that upon ourselves as entrepreneurs, right? We determine who we say yes to, not somebody else. So I was at that moment, and I just sat down on a really big rock, and I thought, well, if this is the result of the last half year, and even the last year, what should I do different in the next couple of months? And I went in my head through my agenda and I thought, whoa, this is a lot of work I already taken on. I've got some great assignments, a large corporate contract, and of course my Bali retreat and everything I'm doing. And I also thought, well, the Bali retreat's not going to fill itself because that's something different than we have with our open masterclass, but a lot of clients know it. I need to do a lot of sales and marketing for that. And then suddenly I'm like, I just felt like I didn't have that energy for it. And not even the energy, but also where am I going to do that? Because I'm talking to clients all internationally. So it needs to be early mornings for Asia, late evening, late afternoon, evening for... So I already thought like, what's going to be? It's going to like a build up. I'm going to have my masterclass and then I'm going to have 2 hours after or 2 hours before. And I'm like, this is not what I want. This is not what I want, because maybe people know, but my mom is also sick. I want to be there for her more. I want to be there for me. I want to go walking. I'm like, something need to go out. And then I realized it needs to be the retreat. It's just too much work in the here and now. And that's the realization, it hit me. It also made me cry a little bit. But it's also, sometimes we need to know when to say no, when to quit. And I read this book. It's here, and it's also a review is in like a real good summary of the book, and I really want to recommend you reading it because I read it thoroughly, and I have it here in front of me. The Power of Knowing When to Walk Away. It's called Quit. It's by Annie Duke, and sometimes we just need to stop things. And it's been a painful process because, of course, I had to have contact with the 2 people that bought it. I had to call with the hotel, take the cost. Well, finishing this up doesn't give energy, but the good thing is I'm in peace with it. I've said no and I stopped it. I'm 100% sure that there's going to be a leadership retreat, but not this year. It just doesn't fit the moment. And I think sometimes we have to be true to ourselves and true to our energy. What do we do with it? Where do we put our energy in? And are we maybe on a road that is not the road that we want to be on anymore? Even though it was a year ago, you are allowed to say no to things, to quit. And I think this book from Annie Duke, The Power of Knowing When to Walk Away, sometimes you just don't know, and we're often always too late. If I did some soul searching, maybe in October even, I would have known to stop it, but I just didn't. So that's a true story behind why I'm not doing the CX Leadership Retreat. It doesn't fit into my agenda. I want to be there more for myself, for my family. I want to be fresher in my head and do everything that I say yes. And it's going to be there one day, but not this year. So maybe that's also a question for you. What are things that you might be doing that you don't want to do anymore or don't give the energy that you thought it would be? You are allowed to stop things. In CX, definitely. Maybe you have a project you're like, maybe you have to give it back, or maybe you have to stop something. So that's why it's also the topic of this month's CX Greet. So now you know the story why. Many people said, whoa, this is a big decision. And so proud of you that you did that. And actually, in hindsight, now we're 2 months almost after that, I can say, yeah, it did me good. But it's also interesting at that moment. And I sat on the rock. It's Saturday morning. It's like 11 o'clock. And I thought I need to take a picture of where I'm at. I'm going to show you actually here. I'm sitting here. And the interesting thing is I take my mobile to take the picture. And then what do I see? I see a text, a WhatsApp message from a client on a Saturday saying that I've got great news. We're going to go ahead with the masterclass. And I saw it as a sign from the universe that said, way to go. Good decision. So sometimes, and maybe you think, what spiritual bumbo jumbo is she talking about? But it confirmed that I was on the right track. So this is the true story behind the stopping the CX Leadership Retreat in Bali for this year. And maybe it's also a reminder for you to maybe stop things in your life that don't work for you anymore. Thank you for watching with me. And well, if you want to share what you want to stop, please feel free to share in the comments. It's always good to know. And these are things that we don't like to talk about because not everything is a success. Also, not my life. I'm also human. So, wishing you a very great day. Bye.
Well, last night I couldn't sleep. I got up and started walking.